Here is my Ambiano desktop or countertop ice machine, and it has developed an interesting problem. Basically, it's plugged in, everything's ready, the power light just flashes when it's not being used. There is water in it. You turn it on, takes a moment, now the tray starts going. Okay, it comes all the way up, and ice full? Nope. You know, you reseat the thing, you can take it out and try it. It just won't work. So here's your quick get out of jail free card right here. The select button here, what you do is hold that down for 10 full seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go, and the tray starts moving inside. This will work. It doesn't matter if it's this brand, Igloo, or any other one of these countertop things. You see, it'll go back, it'll stop, and then it goes and comes back. And it'll come and actually take water. Now, the ice full light is going to stay on. So the consequences here are that it will run, and it's going to start up. I'll wait till it does that. And it'll start making ice. It'll drop it into the bin like it always does, but it won't know when it's full. So it'll eventually jam up the whole thing here. But right now, this particular one overflows the little tray in there, if you will. I don't know if you could see the water in there go down. It'll start the compressor up, and then the fan is temperature controlled, so that'll come on later. But that's it. That is how you just get the machine running again in an emergency as such. See if it'll start up in a second. There's the compressor, and like I said, the fan will run momentarily. So you just have to hold the select button down for 10 seconds. That officially is the end of the video for millennials and other people who don't give a fuck to go any further. But this doesn't end on Jay's Bar and Club J on the JK18 channel. I want to know what happened, why, and how I can cancel out that fucking check engine light. So we're going to take this bitch apart. If you don't want to go any further, there's the fan. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the shit. Thank you. But we're going to continue on right now. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion what I want to see is in the front part, but damn, I've been very curious to see what's in the back part. So on the underside here, screw, 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 and screw, 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 and screw. So let me take all those out. This screw did not need to come out. Case is off, and basically here's what we have. 120 millimeter fan, which is apparently 2 wires. Your coils here with, I don't know what that is.
Maybe that's like part of the thermal, because this is the condenser. Maybe if it gets too hot, it shuts the compressor off. It's possible. Or could this be what makes the fan go on?
Could be a sensor for that. That does make sense. Mm-hmm. And here's the little baby compressor. Look, isn't it cute? Take a look on the side here. Just a tiny little jobby like that. It's adorable. A couple of micro switches here for the tray. There's another one which is made right now.
One of those might be for the to reverse the flow of the refrigerant.
That's somewhere. I don't know where the reversing valve is.
Okay.
There's looks like a transformer there. A small transformer.
Maybe for the tray motor or something.
Yeah, this is the pump. 120 volts, 50, 60 hertz, 3.5 watts. Okay, but our princess is in another castle. The sensors are here, and if you run that line back, that's somewhere here. And this front case does not want to come off. There is a screw there. Might take that off, and on the other side, let's try that, see if it'll come apart more. But otherwise, very compact, nicely designed. Really cute little refrigeration system, and circuit board. There's 2 processors or microchips on it. A couple other things down there. There's no reason that this can operate completely mechanically, really. There's no reason for all this, but there's whatever timer for the different buttons and shit, and we have to have China-ness. So let me pull those 2 screws and see if that helps. Alright, I'm sort of just poking around in here. I found some information so far. I gave some erroneous information. First of all, this is the motor for, it's not the water pump, this is what drives the tray back and forth. I should have realized that. The pump for the water is down here. It's 12 volts, 0.3 amps, 12 volts DC. So that's that. So far, what I found is the board is marked here. See that? It says pump. That says fan. So those are those 2 connectors. There's yet another one here, which is marked CN7, and that, which actually looks crooked, is for the sensor right over here. So I found that. This is the pump, and let's see if the camera will zoom in on that. Oopsie. Let's say water. I can't see in the camera. Yeah. So that's interesting. And I haven't found the connector from this side. There's 3 wires that go to this motor, and that's all I found. What I did find, though, on this side, these 5 wires. This is the reversing valve. It's plumbed in right here. I don't know if you can see. So that's what that thing is. But back over here, CN3, there's a black and a red wire, and they run up and in there and all the way down to that there. That one is the black one as opposed to the clear one, if you can see. So I don't know which is the sender and which is the receiver. Usually I've seen them as clear, but I've also seen them as black, so I don't know. So now I'm probing those red and black wires, and I'm seeing 3 volts on them, 3.2 volts. So I don't think I want to be shorting those out. That wouldn't be good. But I don't know what the other... Well, the other ones actually go to the 2 micro switches on this side that I'll show you. They go to these limit switches here. You see how that is attached to the tray thing, and that's how it hits the different switches and do things. So I don't know. I don't see where that connects to anything. It's peculiar, so I'll keep poking around. Further probing, I tried powering it with this connector, this 5-pin connector disconnected, and basically the basket inside, if you will, just runs itself back and forth 2 or 3 times and stops somewhere in the middle. The circuit board just tells it to give up. So can't do that. The brown and blue wires go to this switch. The blue is tied to this with the purple wire. So there's the brown, blue, and purple, and the other is the red and the black, and I can't see what else it does. So I'm thinking about just clipping that and see what the fuck happens. Alright, I mean, I'll just solder it back if it fucks up, so We'll just clip that. Just make sure they're separated. And now I'll power it up and see what happens. Power light's blinking like it did. Okay, turn it on. Tray is moving back. Same shit. Wonderful. So that didn't even seem to make any difference. Okay, I just bodged that and soldered it back together right there. I poked around a little more. These 3 wires are a little interesting. There's a white with a long red tracer, and a white with a short red tracer. I measured 4.3 volts or so between a couple terminals and between a couple of others, and checked resistance and everything else. I just can't come up with any kind of conclusive results here. So it's got me stumped. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to look at, what, you know, whatever. I mean, the instructions I read online were, you know, kind of just, I took these screws out. This fucking front panel doesn't want to come off. It seems almost glued in. It just does not want to budge. I really can't find what the hell else to do at this point. So I can keep holding the reset button down and that'll make it run, and it just won't know to shut off, which I'm perfectly fine with, and I guess that'll have to be. So if anybody does know what in the fuck is going on, because I don't know what I'm doing, I just know enough to be dangerous, and that I will put some tape on that thing there. It's just, you know, open and temporary. Anybody has any fucking clue what to do, I'd like to know. So I'm just looking to disable the ice full light. You know, not just the LED itself. I don't care about the fucking light. It's just, you know, it's more a matter of just making it work without having to run through this 10-second procedure. But anyway, it was a nice adventure poking around. At least we did get to see what's going on here. If anybody does know what the fuck is going on, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to close this thing up, and it'll just, you know, I'll just run the reset procedure on it, and that'll be it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and yeah, you want to see it run with the thing open. Okay, hang on. Best tape job, but it's covered. That'll do fine. There's no metal anywhere. The cover's plastic, so not worried. Turn it on. By the way, you can, when you do the selecting, you can still select your size here before it goes and fucks up with the ice full. I forgot to mention before. You have all this time still. You actually have quite a window of opportunity. Now it's going to crap out. Ice full. 10. Oh, I hit the wrong fucking button. I thought it's the font they use. I know it's upside down. Is not the greatest. So anyway, that's going to reset. And ice full, select. "10 seconds. Tray goes down. Tray goes back in just a moment. There he goes. Now it's going to run the water pump, which is down in here. It's going to run that, and then the compressor is going to start, so I'll come here. And any moment, And now that's running. The fan will pick up soon. These are starting to get warm. Just barely. Yeah, they're just barely warm. And probably in a couple of moments, the fan will start. Compressor's still running. It's getting warmer. There he goes. Yep. And it blows out, which we knew already because that's where the grill is. And that's it. It'll just kind of do its thing and make ice, and the reversing valve will go. I'm not going to wait around for that. The fan, even though you'll hear wind noise, that's the information on it. And that's it. So at least, if nothing else, you got a little tour of the inside. Alright, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Don't be shy. Mash them buttons there. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Update!
Tonight, Unsolved Mysteries. Find out who gives a shit about Bigfoot. Update! Apparently nobody gives a shit, so fuck them.
It's working. I don't know why or what happened. See, it just started the compressor. There's ice in there. We ran it. I already did all kinds of reset while the light was on, while it was in the middle of filling, while the compressor was running, while it wasn't, while this, that, and the third, unplugging it, turning it back on, anything you could possibly think of. And it didn't work. And now suddenly it works. One last thing is, I don't know which is the sender and receiver, so to speak. But one thing I did notice, if I measure voltage on the red and black wires here, it reads about 0.75 volts, and it was reading about 4 volts before. I found if I put my thumb over the black sensor there, then I was getting 4 volts there, DC. Without that, I was getting about 0.75. And then if I put my finger over this side, I would get about 1 volt, measuring that. So I haven't the slightest clue, but it is working now. I still don't know how, and I'll show you one other cool little party trick. This is the sensor for the fan. Just ice it, and there it is. The fan is off. And now we just have to wait and it'll sense it and turn back on. We also have the window open and it's kind of cold out, so there's kind of cold air blowing on it. But the compressor will get angrier and angrier until this thing gets satisfied, and then it'll turn the fan back on. There it is. And you can ice it again if you want, and it'll shut the fan. So somehow it's fixed. The one thing I didn't do is try shorting the red and black wires together. I just didn't want to risk blowing it up. But somehow, magically, it started working again. There was no other secret magic tricks here as far as resetting it. It's hold the select button for 10 seconds, and I don't know, it just magically started fucking working. I don't know what happened, but it works now. That's it.